Welcome to another message from Shemot, the book of Exodus. Exodus is the Greek name for the book of Shemot. Shemot means "and these names." Shemot. And these names. I'm going to give you just a brief little Hebrew lesson right now. Hebrew letters are written in an acrophony. Now, what acrophony means that they originally represented a word or a person or something. And on page number 27 here in Gesenius, Hebrew grammar. By the way, Gesenius is the greatest Hebrew grammar. It said the forms of the letters originally represented the rude outlines of perceptible objects, the names of which respectively began with the consonant represented an acrophony. Thus, Yod, in the earlier alphabets, the rude picture of a hand like that. A picture of a hand like that. Proper denotes hand, Yod. But as a letter, simply the sound of Y, Yo, with which the word begins. Ayin originally, a circle properly, an ayin stood for the consonant ayin. In the Phoenician alphabet especially, it resembles the forms of the objects ayin for eye. Denoted the name still most part recognizable. And then we're going to go back to the alphabets now, and we're going to talk about the acrophony, or the alphabet of the Hebrew language. It starts out with Aleph. The Aleph is basically a silent letter. You have to have a vowel to pronounce it, but in the original Hebrew, you knew how it was. It's actually the head of an ox. The head, or an ox, it means head or first. And then we have the word Baith, and Baith, like in boy, or V, if it's a hard Baith, it's like a B, and the soft one is like a V, not Va or Va. Va, hard B, Va, soft B. And it means house. And Gamel is like a G, and it means camel, Gamel. And then we have the word Daleth. Daleth as D and day, and it represents a door. And then we have the word Hay, like a hat, and it is a window. And then we have a Va or Va is like a W, and it's like a reaping hook. And then we have the word Zion, like in zeal, it represents a weapon. And then we have the word Cheth. Now, in the modern Hebrew, Cheth and Het they're both of an H, but really the Cheth is a CH sound. Like Hamas, we say Hamas, it's actually Chamas. And if you listen to the head of the Hebrew, that you will see him saying a CH sound and not a H sound when he talks about Chamas. Now we have the word Teth, like in toy. And it represents a teth, like that. And that represents a snake. Then we have the word hand, Yod, we talked about earlier, Yod, like a hand. And by the way, the Hebrew reads from right to left, not from left to right. Everything from Jerusalem on east is from the right to the left. This side of that is left to the right. Then we have the word Kaf. Kaf is like an open hand. Kaf, like an open hand. And it has a letter in it and a final also. It has a letter in the word and also a final letter. They're different. And then you have the word lament. The word lament is like an L. like in let or lo. It means like a whip. A whip. Then we have the word mayan or mem, and it's like water. It's like waters. And there's a final. The final looks like that, and then the other one is like this. Mem, like in met waters. Then we have the word neen or none, and like in net, and it's a fish, the sign of a fish. Then we have the word samek. Samek is like S and set, and it represents a crop. Then we have the word ayin. Ayin means eye. Ayin means eye. Then we have the word pay. A soft pay starts with a PH sound. The hard pay starts with a P sound. Pay like in pet. That's mouth. Then we have the word sadhe. It's a TS sound, and the modern Hebrews it's just an S sound, but in biblical Hebrews it's a TS sound. Tzadhi. It's like a fish hook. And then we have the word cough, and it means the back of the head. It's like this, the back of the head. And then resh like that. Resh, and then sin and shin. Sin and shin, it's like a tooth with roots. Sin, dot up there, shin, dot over here. Then we have the word tau. Tau, like in cross. The old Hebrew tau. Now it's like this. So there we give you a very short lesson in Hebrew. And now we'll go on to it here. We'll read from the Amplified Bible, the first few verses here. Exodus, We'ele Shemot, 34 and verse number 1. Then the Lord said to Moshe, cut 2 tablets of stone like the first. And I will write on these tablets the words that were on the first tablets that you smashed when you learned of Israel's idolatry. Now what happens here now, God cut the stones out the first time and he wrote on them with his own hand. Now the second time Moses cuts the stones out and God will still write on it. This is God's handwriting. So be ready by morning and come up in the morning to Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai means what? Remember? Thorns. Thorny. And present yourself there to me on the top of the mountain, and no man is to come up with you, nor let any man be seen anywhere on the mountain, nor let flocks or herds or feed on the front of the mountain. So Moses cut 2 tablets of stone, like the first ones, and he got up early in the morning and went up on Mount Sinai as the Lord had commanded him, and he took the 2 tablets of stone with him. Then the Lord descended in a cloud and stood there with Moses as he proclaimed the name of the Lord. Then Moses passed by in front of him and proclaimed, the Lord God, compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in loving kindness and truth and faithfulness. And that's where we're going to finish there for right now. We'll see how far we can get it in the Hebrew language now. We start out here as Wayomer, Hadavar El Moshe. Pisal, Lika, Shane, Lukos, Avanim, Karish, Shonim, We, Chath, Thab, Ti, All, Ha, Li, Cheth. Et, Hadarim, Asher, Hayu, All, Halacheth, Harishonim, Asher, Shebarti. Wyomer. And he said and kept on saying, third person masculine singular, cal, wow, consecutive, imperfect. It comes from Amer, page 55 and 65. And it has a conjunction on the front of it, page 253. And then Hadavar, that is Jehovah. That's his proper name. On page 218 and 19. And then it comes from Hayah, which means to become, 224 and 243. 224 in Brown Driver Briggs, 243 in Calder and Bumgardner. Jehovah, he who shall become unto Moses, unto Moses, unto Moshe. That little preposition there, unto, page 39. Then Moses, Moshe, you can look that one up on page 602, and it means to abandon, it means to draw out, it means to rescue. Then it says here, Pisal, Pisal, is a cut out for yourself. Pisal lika, cut out for yourself. Masculine, singular, cal, imperative. And it comes from pasal, which means to hew or to chop or cut up. Cut out for yourself. And that one's page 820 and page 949 in the prospective grammars, or lexicons that is. And then Shanae. Shanae means two. It's a numeral. MDC. It is a numeral that that means to divide, to split. In other words, you have unity and now you have division. It splits. You had one, now you have two. Shanae. Lichoth, and that lichoth means tablets. It's a masculine plural construct on page 531. And then we have avanim. And that's like, in the Greek, it's like lithos, stone, or petros, stone, which means a big stone. Petros is a small stone, and then petra is a very large stone. Page 6 in Analytical Greek Hebrew Lexicon, avanim. Stones. Literally, stones, plural. Stones, and then we have kari shonim. And this here we have, it comes from the root of the word is rosh, page 912, which means barashith. And the first word in the Hebrew alphabet, or in the Hebrew Bible, Genesis 1:1, is barashith. Bara, Eliam, Ethos, Mayim, Weat, Haaretz. Barashith. The word rosh here, page 912, it says like, ki, we have the word ki, a little conjunction of time, like first ones, like first ones. And we cha tha ti, we cha ta ti. Now the word baith in there, in the middle of that one there, that word is a soft B, so it's a V sound. We cha, and the TH sound there, the tau there, doesn't have a doggish in the middle of it, so that's got a TH sound in it. We cha thav ti. And conjunction on the front of that, I have written. First person construct, singular, cal, wow, consecutive, perfect. Now this is like a future perfect. A lot of times you say wow, consecutive, perfect, it means something future, but it's spoken of as if it already happened. Which I have written, first person construct, singular, cal, wow, consecutive, perfect, comes from Kathav, page 507 and 503. Then we have the all. All is a preposition, 755. All. Upon the tablets. Lucheth. Upon the tablets. Tablets, page 531. That's like a tablet where you're writing on right now, Maryland, a tablet. But this tablet is made out of stone. Word et, sign of direct object, page 81. Extension or limitation of the thought or verbal action. The idea of it in the action is going that way, and it's the equivalent of, in Greek, of ace. Ace, page 119. In the Greek analytical lexicon. Then we have the word ha, the avarim. The, definite article, page 206. Words, Words plural, nominative plural. The words, masculine plural. Words, page 180 through 3 and 210. The words. Asher, a little particle relation there, page 81. Asher, which they have become. Which words they have become, third person construct plural, cal perfect, come from Haya, 224 and 243. That's the same word that the word Jehovah comes from, which means the one who shall become. And then the second part of this verse is Al Halucheth Hashonim Asher Shibarti Shibarta, that is. All, preposition, page 752. Ha, the definite article, page 206. Tablets, page 35, 31. And then we have the word ha, rishonim, the first. Ha, the definite article, page 206, and then the first, page 912. I like the first ones. The first ones, literally. Which, particle relation, page 81, you have broken. And it tells you that he was mad when he broke them. How do I know that he is mad when he broke them? First of all, it tells you that back there, but the verb here is in the PL tense, which means it's a very violent tense. It's a very active, forceful tense. Second person masculine singular PL perfect. Comes from Shivar. 990 and 1402, which you have violently broken. When he got down there and he saw what they were doing, he violently threw those tablets down and broke them. And boy, there was silence when that happened. And they were jumping around, coverting in every ungodly manner that they could do. When he came down, he threw those stones down, and there was silence. He said, "What is this? What has happened here? What is this?" And that his brother Aaron means light, by the way, and the modern term for it in Greek it is phos. You get the name phodios from it, the name, and then also the name Frank comes from that in English. And he said, Aaron said, "Well, I just made a fire and threw some gold in it and out walked this calf." Now he was a goldsmith. First of all, he had to carve a calf out of wood. And then he fashioned gold around that calf to where it was plated, gold-plated calf. And he said, "This is Jehovah that brought you out of Egypt." Boy, blasphemy. 34 and verse 2. We ye nakom la ba lab boker. We alitha ba boker el har shanei. We nitz sa vata li sham al rosh hahar. We and became or become masculine singular cal imperative. We on the front of that is a conjunction 253, and of course Haya there is the root of that, 224 and 243. And have become, being prepared, that word makom, being prepared, that's masculine singular nefal participle, comes from kayin, and 465 and 464 respectively. And then we have the la, ba, lab, boker. We have a preposition on the front of that lamet on the front of that, page 515. In break of day, in breaking. Literally it says in breaking, break of day. Boker. Now the word for an animal that's large enough to pull a plow, it's a breaker of ground. Boker also. The same root. Page 133. In the breaking of morning, breaking of day, We have to put that breaking a day into as a practical substantive there. And then we have the word we alitha, and the conjunction, page 253, and then you have gone up. In the break of day, when you have gone up, second person masculine singular cow, while consecutive perfect, it's talking about its future perfect. It's telling him right now, but when you have done this, when you have done it. It comes from Aleh, 742 and 828. Then we have the word Bob Boker. Bob Boker. Now, it starts off with a soft bath here, a soft bay, and then we have a strong one, a hard one. Bob, and then Boker. That doggish in the middle, that it only makes it hard, but it makes it double. It's two B's, two of them. Bob Boker. In morning, in the break of day. Wa. And that ba, a bath in the front of that there, that's a preposition, page 88. And then morning is 206, the break of day. El, unto, mount, unto, preposition, page 39, and the mountain, Har. Har is the name for mountain. Har. Har. H-A-R, Har. Masculine singular construct, page 249, and then Sinai. Sinai means what? The thorny mountain, the mountain full of thorns. That's a feminine singular, 696. Wild blackberry bushes all over that mountain, a thorny place. I remember when I was a very young boy. And by the way, the wild blackberry bush is what was on fire. It was a thorn bush, a thorny bush, because there's a lot of thorns on them. But when I was very young, we had a Model A, and my grandfather wanted to go up to Tehachapi. And now you see that flat place on top of the mountain over there by Monolith. There was a very, very wet area there, and there was a lot of wild blackberry bushes on that. And he went up there and he got some cutting with blackberry bushes, and he put them down. We had a 150-foot long front yard, 50 yards not long, 150 feet. And he planted blackberry bushes, those wild blackberry bushes all the way down there. And I'm going to tell you what, they were hard to take care of, and the hornets and wasps got in them all the time too. But it was blackberries, wild blackberries. They grow wild. We knit soft tea. We knit soft tea. And you have stood yourself. Second person master singular, nifel. While consecutive perfect, page 662 and 714. You have stood for yourself, stationed yourself. And the word li there, that's a preposition, lamet. It's a first person construct singular suffix, though, page 518 plus. Li, the suffix of that means first person construct singular. To me. There, sham, there, it's an adverb of place, page 1027. It means name or monument or place. And then all, preposition 752. All upon rosh, upon the head or the very peak, the rosh, the peak, page 912. Ha-har, the definite article, page 206, and the mountain, masculine singular 249. 34 verse number 3 now. Wiyish, lo, ya'aleh, yimak, wigam, ish, el, yira, bikal, ha-har, gam, hot son, that's a two double T-S's, hot son, we ha bukor. Al yiru, el mol, ha-har, ha-hu. Let's see if that got a second part to it there. Nope, that's it. We-ish. And, right on the front of that little conjunction, we. And male. A male. A man, a male. Ish. Page 36. Masculine singular word. Lo. Here we have an adverb of negation, 518. Not. he shall keep on going up. We are lo ya'aleh. Not he shall keep on going up. It's third person masculine singular cal imperfect. It comes from aleh, 748 and 828. And then imach, we have a preposition with a suffix, second person masculine singular, but with a suffix there, amach. Second person masculine singular, 767 in the analytical lexicon. And then we gom. We, again, is and then gom means also. Also, a little adverb, page 168. And then ish, man, male, page 36. And then we have the word el here, but el here is a adverb of negation, page 39. And then yera, not he shall be seen. This is third person masculine singular nifel jusiv. Comes from ra'ah, page 906 and 1157. Not he shall be seen, or not he shall appear upon bait. That preposition there we have there in front of the all there. We be call upon all 88 and 481 of the har, the definite article har mountain, 249. Then gom, also again a little adverb, page 168, and then hot zone. And now we have the word not boker, not a great big animal, but this animal is a goat or a sheep. Some small type of animal, goat or sheep, something you can't pull a plow with. And that's a definite article, 206, and then we have sheep or goats here, hot zone. It says flocks, but it means flocks of sheep or goats. It doesn't, in the translations, it probably doesn't come out like that. And then we, haboker, and the herds of animals large enough to pull plows. That means horses, donkeys, or camels. Large animals, big animals. To break ground, 133. And then not, adverb of negation again in L, page 39. And then Yivru, and they graze or feed for themselves. Don't let them go up there and just start grazing, feeding. You know, if you turn a sheep or a goat loose, you know what the first thing they do is go find something to eat. And they start chewing on something, don't they? Don't let them come upon this mountain. This mountain is holy because I'm here. Because of my holiness, nothing, animal or human life, can survive. The grazing ones. El, unto now, it's a preposition now, page 39, and then mol, before, a preposition of place, page 557, and then ha-hor, the definite article, mountain, 249, and then the ha-hu, the that. Now that is the third person masculine singular pronoun, page 214, the that, the him. Verse number 4 now. Wayifo. And conjunction 253, and he kept on cutting out. Third person masculine singular cal wow consecutive imperfect, page 820 and 949. He kept cutting out Shanae, two tablets. Leshalf, page 531 is masculine plural construct. And then stones out of wood, avanim, feminine plural word, 6, page number 6. Stones. Ki rishonim, like ki, preposition 471, like first ones. That rosh is in here also, masculine plural construct 912. And then why? Yashkem, and he kept on rising early. He kept on rising early, third person masculine singular, ifal, wow consecutive imperfect, 1492 and 1014. Comes from Shakim. He kept on rising early. Moshe, Moses, means abandon, means to rescue, means to draw out, page 602. By the way, Moses had many names. This is the one that Pharaoh's daughter gave to him, and God blessed it. Boker. Preposition in front of that page, page 88. Boker means break a day, page 134. Yah, why, Ya'al. Conjunction, 253. And then he kept on going up. Why, Yahal, Yahal. He kept on going up. Third person masculine singular cal wow consecutive and perfect, 748 and 828. Then we have the word preposition here. Now it's a preposition, L, page 39, unto the mountain, unto mountain, literally is what it says, page 249. Sinai means the thorny place, 695 through 6. Then the word asher, just as we have key, 471, and the particle of relation, 81, combined together. Tiswa, Tiswah, T-S-I-W-A-H, is how you pronounce this, Tiswa. He had commanded, third person masculine singular, PL, perfect, 845 and 1010. Jehovah, the one who shall become. Him, Atho, that's a little sign of direct object there with a suffix, third person masculine singular. Then the second part of the verse, Wa'ik, Wa'ikach, Ba'edo, Shenei, Lichoth, Avanim. Wa'ikach, and he had kept on taking. That's conjunction on front of that, 253, and then it's third person masculine singular cal wow consecutive and perfect that he kept on taking. And here we have the word 542 and 534, lakak, in his hand, bayado, in Beth, on the front of that is a preposition, 88, and then we have his word hand, and that is a noun, it's a feminine singular construct. It's in the genitive case, 388. And then Shenei, 2, division, split, 1039 by the way. And then Lechoth, tablets, 2 tablets. And the last verse in this class now, 34 and verse number 5, Wa Yered, Ha the bar, Bi Anim, Wa Yeth Yat Siv. Imo, Sham, Yikra, Vesham, Hadabar. Yared. And he kept on coming down. Third person masculine singular cal well consecutive and perfect, page 432 and 434. And has a conjunction on front of it, 253, and then Hadabar, that means Jehovah. The Hadabar means the word. In John 1:1 it says, in beginning kept on being the Hadabar, the word, the Hologos in Greek. The same person there is this person. Kai Hologos Sarx Ageneto, and the word fleshy became. 218, Jehovah. 224 and 243, the verb form of that, the one who shall become. And then we have a little preposition here, page 88, ba'anam, ba'anam. In cloud. In cloud. By the way, that's a locative case, page 778. Then we have Yeth Yatz Sev. And he kept on placing himself, or stationing himself. Middle voice. Third person masculine singular, Hithel, wow, consecutive and perfect from Yathav, 426 and 427. He kept on placing himself, or stationing himself with him, Imo. We have a preposition there with a third person masculine singular suffix, 767, Amo. Sham, there, in that place. A preposition, in that place, 1027 and 8. Then we have Yikra, and he kept on proclaiming or calling. Third person masculine singular, Kalwal consecutive perfect, called Kamara, 894 and 1128, and of course we have the conjunction, page 253, the wow in front of it. losing my voice here.
Yeah. Okay.
Bishem, Bishem, Bishem. Bishem, we have a preposition in front of it, page 88, and then the name. Upon name, and he kept on proclaiming and calling upon the name of Jehovah, the one who shall become. 218 and page 224 and 243 in the verb form. He kept on calling upon the name of the Lord. How would you feel if you were Moses on that mountain of thorns, the thorn bush mountain? Now I remember, I can imagine that all the animals wanted to go up there and eat the berries among those thorns, but they had to keep them away because they would all die. So Moses goes up there a second time, and he cuts out the stones, the tablets, and then God again writes with his own hand on those stones. I can't think of any better example of that than in Cecil B. Mill's Exodus, with God striking with it like fire or lightning those stones and writing his words across them. Hebrew is a very beautiful language. In English, you've got to explain it because there sometimes isn't anything there. We just don't have anything. Like God made man from the same elements as he made the earth. And man made animals from the earth, from the dust of the ground, from the dirt. Man is the primary creation of God. Woman is a secondary creation of God because she was taken from man. But she was taken from his sides, from his bones, plural, from his fleshes, plural, and from his bloods, plural. I hope you enjoyed this. And Father, please send this message out wherever it is throughout the world, that they might understand your word clearly and beautifully, and understand what dynamic language the Hebrew language is. Please forgive me where I failed you. In Jesus' name,